Clear Shots is brought to you by Pinecast. Use the code R-63F8FB to get 40% off your first 4 months.
Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot! Don't give him clear shot!
Alright. Yeah, I haven't played Far Cry 5. I actually heard it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It's probably my favorite out of all of them.
It won one of those awards for in the PC Master Race subreddit there.
Yeah, it won Best Far Cry Game of the Year.
It's so good. So good.
I don't know. I haven't played Far Cry since 3, I think. Or 4. 3, I think it was.
3 was awesome, too. 3, I like 3 better than 4.
Yeah.
And 5 better than 4.
I heard 3 and 4 were pretty much the same.
They were really close, except 4 had more animals that you could fuck around with. That was about it.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's... I mean, that... I'd rather just get a hunting game.
I really liked 3's map a lot.
Yeah.
And I loved the story until you get to the second island. And I'm not... wait, have you played 3? Did you beat it?
It's been out long enough now. You can spoil it.
Yeah,
it's been 3
when you
years.
kill the main bad guy, the guy in the cover.
Yeah.
After 3 years, you can spoil it.
And, yeah, it actually has been out for a while. Been out for like 5 or 6 years. Yeah, once you kill Voss and you're stuck with the other dude, it gets wicked boring, in my opinion. And but it's still fun.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanna. It's like I don't know. I don't like taking chances with games anymore.
Same.
So like, if I know it's good, then I'll definitely get it. But I mean, we talked about it before. It's like they should almost have just demos for everything. You know,
Really
like
should.
even if it's like a free version of the game with X amount of levels or a level or whatever. I mean, it's like sometimes you just buy. I mean, at least with Steam, you can return them within like 45 minutes or an hour or something.
8 hours of gameplay.
8 hours of gameplay within 2 weeks of buying it. Is that what it is?
Within a week. I
A
think
week?
it's 1 week. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So that means you could beat a game if you wanted to within 6 hours, probably.
I think they look at your progression too.
Oh, okay.
The achievements you
Like,
get.
yeah, if once you've progressed to a certain point, if you put 8 hours in the game and you've only had it for a week, you can return it for Steam credit, or you can get it put back on your card as of like a little bit ago. Like they just changed that.
Yeah, I've refunded quite a few games.
I've refunded
wonder
a
if I
couple,
can
I
look
think.
at the games I've refunded. I actually am 100% sure that Far Cry 4 was one of them.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't, because I made the mistake of getting wicked hype for Far Cry 4. So I played through 2, and then I played through 3, and then I got 4 right when it came out, and I couldn't do it anymore. And like I played it for like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I was like, this is the exact, like at least 2 is a. Have you played 2?
Far Cry 2?
Yeah.
No.
It's actually really, really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's got the only system that people really don't like is that the weapons.
Wait, is that the one where you're in Africa fighting off fucking malaria looking for
Yeah.
diamonds? I did play that one.
That one was really cool.
That one was kind of cool, but it was boring.
Yeah, there wasn't any side quests.
That's
or
what happens
anything.
when you fight malaria.
Yeah, there weren't any side quests. But
like
the cool thing
enemy
was that
is malaria.
you were on both sides.
You had to constantly find those shots. That was so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
I played through it with a mod that gives you just infinite malaria shots.
Really?
Because otherwise the game is just fucking painful to play through.
It really is.
And then, it's also annoying because when you clear a stronghold, the next day it's repopulated.
Mm-hmm.
Which that part really sucks, and they fixed that in 3. But the only one I played through, actually, because I could probably go back and play through 4 at this point.
2 was the only one I ever fucked around with the map editor on, because you can a bunch of people remade like the beaches in Normandy.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear the map editor in those is cool.
It was awesome.
And it's really easy to use too, which is nice.
Yeah.
But Primal, I really didn't like either.
Never played it.
I
I
didn't play
thought
that
that was
either.
one I could just skip. But a lot of people told me, no, dude, that was one of the best ones.
I
And
think
I'm
that's Dan's favorite one is
Yeah,
Primal.
it's
Well, they probably are fans of the series in general. I mean, I feel like a lot of times you get blinded by whatever the series is.
yeah, I don't really take a lot of game advice from people who are Assassin's Creed fans in the first place anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Shout out to Dan.
Love you, pal.
You hack.
I hear Odyssey is really good. though.
Yeah, no, it's
Odyssey
funny
was
too
another one
because-
that won an award for. It might have been a best RPG or something like that.
Probably. I don't know.
But I still think 4 was the best one.
Black
I
Flag.
like 4 so much.
2 was my favorite. 2 is definitely.
I
my
1 and
favorite.
2 I like fucking like aced. I got all the achievements in those.
I played Unity.
Unity is not
You
great.
can
About
leave.
it. That's
You can
about
leave.
it. I was like,
Brother-
oh, that's
brother-
cool.
Brotherhood
Industrial
was-
Revolution, trains, I'm into it. It was all right.
As they made too many with Ezio, in my opinion, and then 3.
3 was Connor Kenway, right?
Yeah, and then you play as the Templar in the beginning, but you don't
Yeah.
realize he's the Templar.
Connor
And then
Kenway.
you switch to Connor, and that one I really didn't like.
Yeah.
3.
And then Edward Kenway is in 4.
Yeah, which is his
Father, I
grandpa's
believe,
father.
or something like that.
Everyone tells
Maybe
me
it's
that 2 was the
grandfather.
best.
2 is my favorite because it has
2 was great,
2 has
yeah.
the best story in my opinion because it's like total revenge story, and then also Leonardo da Vinci makes all your weapons for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that
it's
was
wicked
badass.
cool. And then you're like, you Forrest Gump the fuck out of Italy, because like you're always in the right place at the right time, and you're like accidentally causing all these things to happen.
Mm.
You can actually watch Leonardo da Vinci paint the Mona Lisa, which is cool.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, IIRC.
Yeah, it's something like that.
But I'm just a huge Final Fantasy nerd. We talked about this with Dave.
Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy. I'm going through 7 right now.
That was
Hopefully,
something I never got into.
Hopefully, when this episode
Me
airs,
neither.
I'll be further because I'm still in Midgar, which sucks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last night. Was like the beginning of 7 is a bit of a.
It's a trek.
It's long and
yeah.
there's not really. It's like you already know how to play the game.
Mhm. The whole first disc is really, really annoying. Like until you leave the city and you can get into the open world, the game is like, it's good because you're meeting all the characters, and there's a lot of cool shit to do if you know what you're doing. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you know that you can get through it, and it's not hard at all because it's the beginning of a JRPG, so it's not going to be difficult. It's just super tedious.
Yeah. That the new one. Did you play the new one?
15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Really?
I just thought it was so boring. Like I got through half the game, I couldn't finish it.
Really? I loved it.
I couldn't finish it.
I loved it. I definitely not one of my favorites, but it's definitely good. Dave put it best. He goes when all the characters are wearing emo or Japanese emo leather coats with one sleeve cut off, and your first side quest is to feed a cat that you find on a pier, your game is shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's definitely not for everybody. I loved the the world building and the shit you can do besides combat. And like the bounties were cool. The bounty hunting quests were fun.
Yeah, they were alright.
But like the fishing mini game, I spent so much time fishing in that game. Like I really did. Like way too much time fishing in that game.
That game, you were just going back and doing the same shit over and
that
over
was
again.
that was the problem. Like
Over
it got repetitive, but it got like until you get to like the parts where you can, when you're max level, or not max level, but when you're in like the 40s and 50s and you can hunt all like the legendary enemies, that part I liked a lot too. But
I got to the part where you get to that like city where that castle is.
yeah,
You finally get to that part. That's where I got to, and then I was like, this game is not keeping me.
there's
Getting its
one
grasp.
game that and Seth knows exactly what I'm about to say. There's one game that I just cannot get into no matter what, and it was The Witcher 3.
I never
ever
got
played
into
it?
it.
You
I
never got into
never got it. I bought it. I played some of it, and then I returned it. Because I didn't like the combat. I didn't like
Yep.
how you had to go and put certain oils on your fucking weapons for certain enemies, and you had to
Yeah,
know
you
what to
don't.
do this and that, and do this, and how this would
I
make
like-
this
You don't have
easier,
to.
but if you didn't do it, it would take fucking 45 minutes to
I
beat
like,
the fucking
however,
boss.
Thing is, you
watching
can't.
him play it.
You you can use the oils, but I never did. Like literally ever.
Really?
The key is just to overlevel your character for everything.
Just go do side quests like a madman.
Really, really, the highlight is the story and the dialogue options and things like that.
I got one of the first Witcher book on Audible, and then I actually have like the physical copy of it at home. I just like audiobooks better because I have ADHD. I need to be doing shit while I'm listening to a book.
I mean, it's basically a podcast.
Yeah. So that's another thing I used to do all the time was when I was at work, when I was a custodian, that I was only listening to podcasts and stuff because my music would get so stale within like the second day because that's all I'd be listening to is the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I used to be able to call what fucking song would be shuffled next, which isn't okay.
No, it's not. I actually had a discussion about this at work with somebody, how shuffle is actually not shuffle.
It's not. It's an algorithm.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. You can, when you shuffle the same playlist enough, you can tell that there's only like 4 or 5 set ways that it's gonna redo it. You know,
and they do it by tone too, like certain song tone. Like, you know, if Spotify, if you're playing a Suicide Boys song, the next song is gonna be someone within the genre, and then like the next one will be something kind of like it. It will be rap, but then the next thing will be something completely different. Mm-hmm. It just depends on what you have in that playlist. It's so weird.
I mean, my playlist is enough songs, I think, where I wouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
I have a ton of playlists.
My problem is I listen to so much, like at work, I'm always listening to music.
Doesn't even tell me. Spotify's totally different all of a sudden. They have an update, evidently.
Oh, yeah.
I don't use Spotify. I use Apple Music.
All right, so my Anarchy playlist, which is all my songs I used to skate to, is 149 songs. I have a country playlist, and it's 8 songs. I have my like Suicide Boys, Ghost Main style rap playlist called Fuck Life. It's at 89 songs. And then I have my Angst playlist, which is 172.
Jesus.
And then my best one, let me fucking find it, is my Bumpin' Fire, which is 1,303 songs, which is just all rap music. This is just all rap music.
My favorite, I have 2 favorite playlists, or 3 actually. One of them is literally just the set list for Suicide Boys live at the Hoo-Ha or Woo-Ha. Okay. Have you seen that show online? No. It's pretty good. It's like an hour long, and it's just basically all their hits. But I've seen the live show so many times that when I listen to the playlist in order, it feels like I'm watching it because I know what their mannerisms and stuff are. But I have one that's, you ever play Saints Row 2?
Yeah.
You know how you can make your own radio station in the game? Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, you can make your own radio station. You can go to record stores and buy songs, and then you can create a radio station.
Oh, I thought it was like you could go into your computer and look up fucking MP3 files and make them into a... No, I wish that was something they did with GTA 5 Online, where you could like be a radio DJ and have your own radio station where you were playing your own shit. Mm-hmm. But then I was thinking, people would probably abuse the fuck out of that and just fucking
they would just play Bad Baby all day.
I mean, it's not really... I mean, the thing is, they know you don't really need it since you can just play Spotify background.
But, so I have one playlist that's literally my radio station from Saints Row 2, which is like maybe 50 songs. And it's like reggae, electronic music, death metal, and like emo rock and skater rock.
I forgot my grind playlist.
And I also have all the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtracks in one playlist, which is wicked dope.
Oh no, that's my Anarchy playlist. Like if you look, it's the entire fucking American Wasteland soundtrack
so
right
good.
There. The entire thing,
so good.
Along with Beastie Boys and Cerebral Ballsy. That's what it is.
And then I have one that's called UFC and Madden, which is obviously the playlist I listen to when I'm playing UFC and or Madden.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
It's just a bunch of hype songs. Like a lot of DMX and then it's also not fight songs, intro like like walkout music for fighters. I have like, their walkout music.
Yeah, it's what I usually like to listen to if I'm playing something like Animal Crossing.
If I'm playing Words with Friends, I like to listen to just DMX.
Bookworm, just abso-fucking-lutely pump that 6ix9ine up loud as fuck.
My Rocket League playlist is another good one that we used to listen to whenever me, him, and Brian played Rocket League at the old house.
The one with DMX.
It's all DMX and fucking Roy Jones Jr. and Funk. What's the fucking Funk CD? The I don't know. There was like
Funk Master Flex.
Yeah, Big West had a funk CD for that he would play at the parties, and it was like a 15-song CD that was like the best disco and funk songs from like the 70s. So it's DMX and funk, and then Pure Funk Volume 2. That's what it's called. So it's DMX, Pure Funk Volume 2, and like Here Comes the Money.
Yeah, that's true. Because every time that comes on, we score a goal.
Yeah. Here comes the money.
I feel like the only time a game needs to be able to import songs is a wrestling game.
Yeah, for walkout music.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of sad. I don't know. I haven't played the game, but I really fucking hope that Meek Mill's song about that life is on the new WWE game because it has Ric Flair at the beginning. It's so fucking good.
I'm sure it will, Dan.
Hold on, let me play it real quick.
We're gonna get flagged.
Yeah, as long as we're...
Looking at a guy out here hollering my name. When last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing.
That's pretty awesome.
I fucking love Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's adds so much hype to whatever's he's in.
He's the perfect heel.
Yeah, he was really and I think did we talk about it with Dave how some guys were like storytellers, whereas there was dudes that were just known for like their in-ring talent.
Yeah.
I felt like Ric Flair was just charisma personified. Like
100%.
That dude was like he really changed the way like people did interviews and promos and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Any show that they wanted like to make any fight they want to make a lot of fucking money on, they put Flair in there.
Yeah. And he's he's still got the most championships. Unless is John Cena tied with him now, or is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm sure Cena will break that.
He probably will because he's still young and he's still fighting.
He'll break it at some point. It's just I don't know if they're gonna want to like shoot him to the moon, give him 3 more titles or something. They'll probably give him 1 more at the end of his career, like a WWE title reign.
Mm-hmm.
Which who the fuck knows when that is? That guy's, he's still in good shape.
He's a fucking workhorse, dude. He's crazy. And we were talking about people that get a lot of hate earlier in the first part, and I think John Cena is one of them.
Not so much anymore.
Not
he's
so
just
much
become
anymore,
a meme.
But I think he's actually one of the greatest human beings of all time. If you see all of the charity work he does and all the stuff he does for children and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see because he doesn't have to do any of that stuff. Speaking of that, whatever happened to Enzo Amore? He's gone forever, right?
I think so.
Is Big Cass still in WWE too, or no?
Yes, I believe he is.
Is that Eddie Guerrero guy still around?
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
I think there was a contract dispute.
Oh, okay. I heard Chris Benoit was a pretty cool guy.
He's over in New Japan.
Chris Benoit, the family man.
Yeah, he's also in New Japan. The Crippler.
Oh shit! I gotta open a window, man. It's fucking
Crippler crossface.
There's a lot of dudes breathing in here.
It's honestly what it is that TV is basically a space heater.
Yeah, it really is, dude. It's fucked up.
Because it puts out way more heat than is actually necessary. Which is actually 0 is necessary for a TV.
Yeah, it is. For real.
You can pretty much
it radiates.
It does. It's
Jesus.
It's good.
Well,
it gives you cancer too.
Oh,
yeah.
Just fills you with those good waves.
And also, it's funny because if we leave it on here, like going through the logos, and then you switch to like YouTube, you could see just the logos permanently like burnt into the TV.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
That's why it switches so much.
Yeah. But yeah, so I love that TV deal. Having a stroke. Oh man, but I don't know, dude. There's a lot of stuff that we could talk about still.
New Dragon Ball Z movie coming. No, Dragon Ball Super movie coming out on the 16th. Broly movie.
That looks really good.
I already have my ticket.
Really?
I'm going to go. Oh fuck yeah!
I really want to see Detective Pikachu, dude. I really, really, really want to see.
I want to see it,
Pikachu.
but I'm upset that Danny DeVito did not voice Pikachu.
Yeah.
I'm really upset that it's not Danny DeVito. Like, they got Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, cool, sweet, but is it Danny DeVito? It's not.
It's not Frank Reynolds. They should have done Danny DeVito as Frank Reynolds as Pikachu.
Exactly.
That would have been so bad.
It's just a Pikachu walking around. I'm gonna want to be banging a horse.
Sew me into the couch. Sew you into the couch? What are you saying?
I'm into that Hawaiian trip hop luau stuff now.
Oh my fuck.
You know, I actually kind of want to get Metro Exodus. That
Who
looks pretty
doesn't?
cool.
Is that the new one?
Yeah,
That
it
looks
comes
like
out
such
like next month maybe.
I loved the first two. I really did. I liked the first one a lot more though.
I felt like those games didn't get like talked about that much.
They were very.
They were both wicked fucking good.
Last Light and 2033
Yeah.
they were both stellar fucking games.
I
Yeah.
thought so, and like I don't know, I feel like I don't hear them.
They're like the last AA developer around. I think. Like they're not an indie developer, but they're not a huge Bethesda type.
right.
DICE.
Well, the first, I mean, they both felt pretty much the same. They were actually kind of hard too.
Yeah, well, I like playing them on.
You were so
Ranger
scarce.
mode. Is
like,
it Ranger mode? Where you have it's more survival horror based because when you play the Redux
That's
of both
annoying.
of them.
I didn't play the
Did you
Redux.
play Ranger mode?
I didn't, but I heard
dude,
how
it's
annoying it is.
So hard. Like enemies
just
die
knew that-
faster, but so do you, and like you have to use stealth and stuff.
Right.
and- yeah.
Well, the first, even just regular, it was like you were so low on ammo all the time.
yeah. And then ammo was the currency too,
Yes.
or was it different bullets? You couldn't use the bullets, but bullets were the currency. Is that what it was?
You can use them.
You could use them.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I just remember the first time I played through Metro 2033 and like just the because I played it on PC the first time and the graphics it ran so well and it looked so nice.
Oh, it's just so cool. Like when you're wiping your visor and shit.
yeah, and like it's just the animations and the facial expressions for the characters. The monsters
Yeah.
were actually fucking scary, like the dog things that come out in the beginning.
Those fucking flying things.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a legitimately scary fucking game, which is Resident Evil 7.
I haven't
That
played
game made
7.
me shit my pants in
fucking loved
VR.
it.
Holy
I haven't played 6 or 7.
Don't play 6.
Don't play 6.
Don't play.
You don't need to play 6.
Don't play
Nobody
6.
needs to
Don't,
play 6.
Don't even tell people you
I
want.
played
Don't. The
5.
6 does not exist
No.
in the Resident Evil universe.
I played 5 a lot. I played 5 a lot, like
What?
It shouldn't anyway.
when it first came out. I played it, and then I played it like recently, like not even a year ago at Dave's.
Mhm.
We played co-op Resident Evil 5, and it sucks because in co-op you only get one inventory if you're split screen. So
wow.
like you're running off of the first player's inventory, and they have to give you all the items and shit. So it's way harder.
Yeah, like,
And like we got to a spot, we got to like towards the end where you're in that fucking hallway and everything's just sprinting at you like super hard, and you have no ammo because you're at the fucking end of the game.
my
And he eventually he beat it eventually with someone else, because if you play online, then you both have your own inventories.
Mhm.
So doing it
yeah,
split
wasn't
screen
it
is
like
like
split
hard mode.
screen? You can't even buy your own shit. You need to give your money to the other
Yeah.
character, and they have to buy everything.
Yeah.
I feel like they fixed that.
They're
when
like
they
the
redid it.
treasurer, basically.
They did like the gold edition for Resident Evil 5, and I think they fixed that.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing through it with Sam when I lived with Sam, and it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
He could buy his own stuff, and we would go through and Have you played 5 or no? There's a level where you're in a lab, and the only enemies are lickers.
That's the one.
Oh.
That one fucking sucks. But if you play on professional, every time you kill a licker, they drop a diamond. and you can just farm that level for like an hour, and then you have all the money you need to buy every weapon and all the mods.
Huh.
See, that was where we were, but we had no ammo, so.
But 7 was great. I really loved it. I understood Dave's argument about it yesterday about how it wanted you to think it like portrayed itself as a realistic setting, and then you immediately get your hand cut off and then reattached.
Yeah.
But once you get far enough into the story, it makes sense. But what was the scariest part in 7 for you?
Scariest part was probably trying to fight the mom.
The mom.
The mom was probably the scariest for me.
I really, really hated
and going into the little girl's room.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
The mom's always the scariest.
Well, she like shoots spiders at you, and then she
basically is a spider.
She basically turns into a spider, and then like her arms get really long, like a Source Engine
She's
model.
like MC Poo Pants.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I want candy, bubblegum. I couldn't even keep. I want candy, bubblegum, and taffy. No, I think honestly, like every time I try and replay 7, the hardest part every time is the beginning when you're just trying to like stay away from the dad, and all you have is the knife and your pistol.
I found the hardest part to be that trap house.
Oh, the one that was like
with Lucas, I think his name, like the fucking.
Can you not
the
kill
brother.
anything, or can you?
You can't. You don't fight him like that. Like you just go through his trap house. And
it's
I think something
just
else
like
happens,
Saw.
but
You have
it's
to. You
legit
get through
like
the.
Saw.
Yeah, you get through the trap house, and then it's a like you fight waves of the leech monster guys, and then
The
you
black
fight
things,
you fight a boss. But you should play through it. It's good. You like Alien Isolation, so
right. I know. I want.
You played Isolation yet?
I haven't, because I heard that it was insanely hard to beat.
Yeah, it's insanely hard and fucking terrifying. That actually might be the scariest game I've ever played, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, we were just started playing through it again. He's way farther than I am, but
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's just because I played it for so long.
When it first starts out, like there's
I
two
get more
levels.
freaked out by when I like turn and I have my night vision on in Outlast, and I turn it and fucking there's just a dude there, like.
Yeah, Outlast is fucking terrifying too.
Because that's more of a jump scare thing.
Outlast, you don't do much. It's just
You
like
don't
a
do anything.
flashlight.
It's a story thing, is what it is. And
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. I like doing things in.
Did you like Amnesia?
It was okay. I beat it, but it was one of those games where when you beat it, you're just like, okay, I beat it.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like when you don't have the ability to do anything, because you feel more helpless, and that makes more of a horror vibe.
That just makes me angry, though.
Yeah.
Like when something's coming at me, I can't stop it, and there's
Yeah.
like, I can't fucking do anything.
Yeah,
And then
but
you
that's
die.
what scares me. Is like I'm like, oh shit, I have to sprint now.
I was watching him play Outlast, and it was so like you had like 3 or 4 clips that you sent me to of Outlast, and you had your headset on and it recorded your audio. Like you just see, like he sent me a thing, and he's just like, because I think we were on party chat, I think, and he's talking to me, and he's just like, yep, okay, so I have to find like a key, and it's in one of these rooms, and he's checking all these rooms, and he goes, maybe I missed it. And he went back to the first room and turns around, and immediately there's just a guy like standing there.
I don't even know what
Seth
it
is
was.
just like, dies immediately.
I never even saw that thing before.
Yeah.
But
But
the thing about that game didn't have like it was so weird because there was like a mix of paranormal and also like just weird cultists and shit in the second one.
Yeah, the second one seemed really fucked up.
I only played like half of the first one, and then I got bored.
The first one I could probably run through in
Like
half
an hour. Yeah, maybe.
Because I know I've played it a couple times.
But Isolation's good because you have a mix of you can't do anything to the alien except scare it away with a flamethrower or like
I mean,
a
you can
Molotov.
shoot things, but it's like it's really only gonna make it run.
Yeah, but then you also have to deal with humans that are trying to survive on the space station, and then you also have to deal with the androids that go crazy. There's certain areas where the androids are hostile though actually the androids are really scary because they're not like the androids from the later movies. They're just like mannequins basically.
Oh.
And they just speak monotone. They're like, you're becoming hysterical.
Let me
And
tell
then-
you about Sevastopol's security.
Let me tell you about Sevastopol's security. As he's like bashing your face into a wall. Like, yeah, there's actually a fucking crazy part in the game when you realize that the androids are going crazy. And there's a guy that's like he's got like a fucking shot. No, he's got a pistol. He's talking to an android, and the android's like, "This area is off limits." And the guy's like, "No, we have to go. There's a creature following me." And he's like, "You're becoming hysterical," and just fucking turns the guy's head into paste by just repeatedly smashing it up against the wall. And you're just like, "Oh, cool." So that's thing I have to deal with now. The game's brutal, dude. It really
I don't
is.
remember if you can kill them or not. You can't really kill the androids, can you?
You can kill them with the shotgun is a one-hit kill to the dome.
I usually stun baton.
and you can stun them with the EMP baton,
Yeah.
or the stun baton, and then you can also use EMPs. But there's great parts in the game where you're like, there's a part where you have to find medical supplies for one of your partners. And the first part, you know, you're alone in the medical area, which is this like a wicked small level, and the alien knows you're there, and you just have to get through it as fast as possible, because if you hide, it's gonna find you.
Oh.
And then the level right after that is when you have to you find out where the supplies are, and there's like 6 or 7 other humans in that area that are also looking for medical supplies that are trying to kill you. But the alien follows you to that area, so you can use the alien to fuck all those people up. And it's so that part of the game is so fun. Like you can take your wrench and like hit a wall, and then like hide in a fucking cupboard, and then the alien will come out of the wall, and then the humans will also come to investigate the sound, and you just hear like, "Oh fuck," and then you just hear the screeching and head chomping. It's really fun, dude. I loved it. I'm at the part now. I'm in the power plant area where the androids have like they're like fucking armored. So I don't know what to do. I can't do anything.
Is fucking hard.
Yeah, but you should definitely check out, try and find it, because I bought it the Nostromo edition, which
It
came
goes
with,
on
like,
sale pretty often. And
well, I got it for fucking $6 at Infinite Lives, which they just announced this morning that Infinite Lives is closing. Yeah, February 4th.
But a good thing though is Convergence is.
I heard about that.
They have a lot of video game stuff down there now. They just got in a lot of consoles. You know where Zinc Shirts used to be over by Burke's?
By Wet Paint Company?
Yes, that's exactly where they are. Like that exact spot right there is where Convergence is.
Very cool.
And they sell trading cards, like Magic cards, fucking Pokemon shit. They sell fucking Warhammer stuff.
D&D minis.
D&D minis, yeah. You can even go back. They have stations where, like, they have Smash Brothers tournaments. They'll do different, like, Magic drafts, Magic tournaments, and
That's
stuff
wicked
like
cool.
that. Yeah,
is that new?
It's
pretty
fairly
sure
new.
it is.
You pay $5. Like if you want to do a tournament, you pay $5. You go in, you play Smash Brothers, and if you win a certain prize. If you don't, whatever, you still get to play.
Yeah, you got to pay $5 to play Smash.
Yeah,
with a bunch of people, and that's like a good game to do that with, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could always just not pay $5 and play Smash with a bunch of people.
I mean,
But
you
then you have
could,
to pay
but then
60.
you don't have a prize pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the prize is that half a Natty Daddy sitting there.
Yeah.
That's not something anyone's like seeking
Smashing
after.
over.
Should I take a sip of it? It's been sitting there.
You should finish
It's been
it.
sitting there for about 16 hours.
You should finish it and then burp directly in my face.
It smells like a fucking sewer.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but it does what it needs to do.
Natty Daddy wasn't meant.
There's like
be
7
good.
centipedes in there and a fucking spider and a stink bug.
There's definitely something in there.
It's made of ground up crickets, dude.
There's definitely some slimy stuff in there.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
called.
don't drink it.
It's called Natty Daddy.
It's a natural daddy.
I do have a fresh one in there. So
Jesus Christ.
I need to wash down my Slim Jim with something. I'm out of coconut water.
Christ almighty.
I mean, he barely made it out of here last night.
It was bad. Well, I didn't drink for a while because I was really sick.
Mm-hmm.
After the thing, they put me on steroids and antibiotics, so I didn't drink for like 3 weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't exactly hold my liquor as well anymore.
Mm.
And,
Yeah.
So
Whenever we go out to the bar together, as soon as I start drinking gin along with you, the night just goes south. It just goes south
I know.
instantly.
I love when
Oh,
we
God.
go out with people and then we'll meet other people there. And they'll try and like go shot for shot with me or drink for drink, and it's like don't do that.
You're not
please,
gonna
don't.
do it.
And
Can't go tit for tat.
you and or Sam are always like, don't do that. But he's paying for him, yeah, because he wants to kill you.
Yeah. It's like when people come to my house and they think they can outsmoke me, I'm like, you can try. That'll be a fun thing for me.
It'll be a good experience.
As I'm still going, I'm like, hey, here, you ready? They're like, give me like 5 minutes.
Give me an
And I'm like,
oxygen mask.
oh.
No. There's a point where like you get high and then it doesn't seem to do anything more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's already there and then
Have you ever smoked yourself sober?
no.
I've smoked myself to vertigo before.
What?
Yeah. I've given myself vertigo by smoking too much weed.
That's really not good.
It's not good. No, it's not good for my brain. Like I'll be like, like I'll have just like fucking taken like 8 dabs in a row, and I'll just be sitting there, and I'll like go to stretch, and I feel like I'm falling 13 stories backwards.
I
and I'll
remember-
be like,
Oh man, I remember one of the times I got the most fucked up with you was after 4th of July. I met up with you guys after already drinking all night at the Funny Bone after watching Doug Stanhope, and I met up with you and Dan at Pricker Bush, and then we went back to your house
yeah.
and drank.
That was that really bad night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That was
That
the
was a
really
bad
fucking
night.
messy night. You ended up spending the night that night.
I didn't have a bad night.
No, we
There-
didn't. No,
yeah.
me and you didn't. You and I
We
did
had a
not.
great night.
Other parties did.
Yeah,
But we're not going to discuss that.
Yeah. But the next day was great because I was off for the rest of the week, and you were off like the next 2 days.
I think I was
And-
unemployed.
I probably.
I probably was.
But
we were
you-
just playing PlayStation VR.
We were playing
all
Job
fucking
Simulator
day.
all day,
all day.
drinking fucking Labatt Blue grapefruit and Tanqueray without any mixer,
Yep.
like straight.
Fuck
gin.
yeah, dude.
Then we played what didn't we? We played Counter Strike for like 2 hours.
What is on PSVR though? Like what games they
Job
have?
Simulator. That's all you
Job
need.
Simulator.
That game is so fucking.
There's
hilarious.
super hot.
Yeah, Super
that's
Hot VR
awesome.
is amazing.
Like
I don't know if I
PlayStation
wanna
VR.
pay-
You don't
That's
get
what I mean,
PlayStation
yeah.
VR. You want to get the Steam VR.
You want to
I
get
was given like PS.
how much
I
is
didn't
Steam?
buy it.
Steam has their own VR, or is
Yeah,
it,
you have to use
Like
the
Oculus or-
Rift. Yeah, and you have to have the one with
Or the
like, you have
HTC
to put the
Vive.
fucking cameras in the corner of your room and shit like that,
Mhm.
and calibrate everything.
that seems like a pain in the ass.
It does seem like a pain. in the
I would.
ass.
I mean, the Oculus is cheap, or somewhat cheap. You know, it's like 300 or something in comparison to the Vive, which is probably 500.
That's what Wes has.
Is the Vive better?
Yeah, the
I-
Vive is
yeah.
so good.
It is better.
It's so good. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Wes has, and it's, dude. He has this one military simulation game where you actually like, you don't have an inventory. You can look down, and all your equipment is
Yeah.
on you,
What?
and your gun actually has a strap, so you can like let go of your gun, and it'll just dangle.
That's sick.
But you can actually shoot yourself in the face too, which is hilarious.
Oh,
Like I got into a part where like I was like shooting a bunch of dudes, and they kept just coming, and I'm like, you know what? And I took the gun, and like it was pointed like this, and I shot myself, and you just hear like your ears ringing, and you fall back, and then it's like, oh, you're dead. But Super Hot VR is amazing. That's the way the game was meant to be played.
yeah. I was trying to tell people like I like my PlayStation VR. Don't get me wrong. Like I play Drive Club VR all the time, and that's fun.
That seems like it'd be awesome.
that
it is
does
really
seem
fun.
cool.
But there's not enough good games out for it yet.
Right.
It seems a lot of them too are like the stories.
Yeah, and there are a lot of gimmicky 15-minute playthroughs.
I feel like VR is just like hurry up and wait kind of thing.
Exactly.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that.
I don't know. I'm not gonna bother investing in VR until it's fleshed out a little bit and
We're
there's more
finally
games.
tuned.
Until they make like a really good like Bubsy VR.
Right. Skyrim VR.
Ooh, let's get a little bit of neck 2 on VR.
Knack 2, baby. Let's get
I need Madden VR though. Is what I need just to play
The view of the
quarterback.
helmet.
yeah. Oh my god. Didn't one of the Maddens do that?
I feel like
the
that'd
first-
be easy though. Like you just see that your face mask or whatever, you play as a quarterback, and then all you need to be able to do is look and throw.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but what do you do as like a linebacker? You just push
back
him to the other
back
dude.
the line.
There'd be a lot of motion sickness, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, the thing is like
Well,
moving.
if you Drive Club VR, strap the fuck in.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude! You're driving a car and you're able to look around free. Like,
Do you have
a-
head
do
you have a
movement and
wheel?
shit. No, like you have your controller.
Oh, okay.
You can get a wheel,
Oh my god!
but
That'd be fucking crazy.
And you can get the whole fucking setup and shit, like the
Yeah.
pedals and everything, and the shifter and whatnot. Like that's something for like OD driving game guys. Like
That's shit.
Like your
would be
dad,
fucking sick.
like back in the day, would fucking lose his mind.
yeah.
Like I kind of wanted to buy an Xbox just to get Forza, but
Oh my god.
I'm probably gonna end up getting it on PC.
Forza is so goddamn good.
I don't really like racing games either, and Forza is like the only other racing game I liked was Gran Turismo 3. As far as like actual
A
racing,
lot of people
games.
like
Not gonna throw Need
Horizon.
for Speed 2 in there.
A lot of people are liking Horizon
I don't really
4.
like Need for Speed.
I don't have Horizon 4, but I know
I have it.
I haven't played. I have Horizon 3. But I usually play the motorsport games instead.
Yeah. I like Split Second. That's probably my favorite racing game ever made. I definitely talked about it before.
Yeah, it's fucking chaotic.
There was that new one that just was free game of the month on PlayStation. I forgot what that's called, but it was really fucking fun.
Drive Club maybe?
No.
No. The Crew.
No. You get like
I have it. I know. I
it's
did get
there's
it. too.
there's no finish line. Like there's like you don't like it's not like a race. You're trying to race to like knock other people out and get high scores and shit.
time
like
trial
that.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Because I definitely downloaded it if it was free.
Onrush. That's
Yeah,
what it's
okay.
called. Onrush. And that's actually a really good game.
Yeah,
I
I
enjoyed
haven't-
it a lot.
I haven't really played it. I don't think. I got an email the other day from G2A,
Mhm.
and because
Did
I
they charge
used
your
it
account?
probably yes.
I bet you they did. That's what they fucking do. They're
Because I
scummy.
used it probably a year and a half ago, maybe. And they send you an email now, and I don't have any credit cards on that account, so I'm not losing anything because I'm not going to use that account ever again because fuck G2A.
Mhm.
But they send me an email and they're like, yeah, if you don't log into your account, we're going to start charging you inactivity fees.
Mhm.
What site does that?
Isn't it like
Okay.
$2?
Inactivity fees? Fuck you.
So because you're not buying our illegally acquired video game codes, we're gonna charge you they charge you from your G2A wallet or whatever,
Yeah.
which I don't think has anything in it anyway. So I was like, fuck off, fuck your company. I sent it as a reply, and they go, oh, we need you to mind your language, and they charged my G2A.
That's so good.
Oh my god.
We know we're stealing money from you, but please don't yell at us.
Yeah. we're just gonna steal more of it.
Please use proper language while you're.
I don't think I have money in my G2A wallet. I don't even know how you would.
We don't anymore. You were an asshole to him.
Yeah,
If you have your card on,
It's
there,
amazing.
they got you.
yeah, it's fucking so goddamn stupid. All they do is illegally get codes
Yeah.
and then they sell them.
Yeah, don't they?
And like, because you can get like, there's so many like support tickets from users because they get codes that either don't work or they work for like a month and then they stop working because they're just fucking fake codes, basically.
yeah, they're like they use like keygens, don't they?
Yeah.
For a lot of people on there.
And so those people who are on those marketplaces. And what's cool though, I mean, the idea is good. So like, say I have like I buy a game and I get like an Xbox Live 3-month trial. Okay, now I can go on G2A and sell the code for whatever. It's because I got it for free.
Yeah.
And I've done that. And I know that it's a legit code because I've never used it. I scratch it off and give them the code.
Mm-hmm.
And no one, I never got bad feedback for it. But it's like, if that idea, the concept is good.
I feel like GOG does that
Yes.
way better.
Yeah, it does. Because they actually have customer support and they also don't fuck you over.
Yeah. I have a bunch of
CD
games
Projekt
off of
Red
GOG.
on GOG.
Do they?
I think
don't
they
know.
do. That sounds like something I've read.
I also use Origin, Origin's another good one. They have if you pay for the thing, like you get really good games for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for
you
like
can
the
get,
premium or whatever, they're
The Origin
golden.
access. or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can get like Battlefield 4 and 1 for free right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're free to play, but
That's-
except for all the
I
DLC.
have
and shit.
Origin, but I only have Titanfall. That's the only game I have.
Yep.
I'm not gonna pay for their subscription. I mean, it would be cool too. Then I could get Madden.
I got the
on
Surge
PC.
on there. That's really cool. It's like a futuristic
Do they-
Dark Souls sort of thing.
Mhm.
It's like that sort of gameplay. And I also got Dead Space 1. on
Yeah,
there.
because they have Battlefield and
I got Mass Effect 2, like the complete edition.
Yeah, I'm
on
also
there
playing through
for,
that
like,
too.
It
on
was
there.
like $10, like
Mhm.
a couple years ago.
thing is
It's
like
free now.
with Origin,
Yeah.
it's you got to add people through their Origin client too. So like you don't have your Steam friends list.
It's
weird.
not that bad. I mean, as long as you're on Origin, as long as you're on Discord and you have all your Origin friends on
Yeah.
Origin, you're fine. But I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games on
It's just
Origin.
annoying. You're like, oh, like I kind of want to play this game. You're scrolling through your Steam library. You're like, oh yeah, it's on UPlay. Like, oh yeah, it's on Origin. Oh yeah, it's on Blizzard Net or whatever. It's like, just give me all of it, please.
That's another annoying thing.
Can't you add things to your Steam list though?
Yeah, you can do non-Steam games. You can add the like executable file to it.
I might do
So you can
that.
like play Minesweeper on Steam.
yeah.
Calculator.
Which I mean,
Why
that's
would you?
probably the move.
You play calculator.
Put pinball on there.
Yes.
We should make a
Oh.
calculator game, dude.
3D deluxe pinball.
The space one, the one that came
Yes.
with Windows XP. Yeah.
Yes.
The best pinball game ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one game you played when you didn't have internet.
I fucking love pinball, dude. I don't know how you guys feel about pinball.
I
Like,
love pinball.
it
I
is
still have pinball
amazing.
games on my phone and shit.
Yeah, I have one on my Switch and I play it a
I
lot.
fucking love. No,
What
like
game
actual
do you have?
pinball.
I need to find that.
It's all of the pinball games. You always have to buy a table. Like you always have to buy another table. Like you're never gonna just buy you buy it and have like 17 different tables you can play, because like it's always a free to play game most of the time. But the ones I do play are free to play. I don't know what it is though.
Dude, they had a
Pinball-
Game of Thrones pinball that was so fucking good at the barcade in Rochester that Cody and I went to.
There's a Bethesda one
I mean,
on the Google
yeah.
Play.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's like Doom, Skyrim, and Fallout. Those are
Yeah.
the three.
And Bubsy.
I think what it is it's also a pack for some other game though. Like you can buy, like you pay $3.99 or whatever, you get like 4 tables or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like Star Wars ones and shit.
Yeah, that was a really cool fucking place. We should go to Rochester. You can't go.
Why?
We should go. You can't go.
You can
Why?
watch.
Why can't I go?
I don't want you to go because
Oh.
you're. No, I'm kidding. It'd be wicked fun to go to Rochester and go to the barcade there because I don't know if you've ever been to a barcade, but
I'd be game. I don't
It's-
do anything outside of being home and
we should
playing video games
tell
and
Wes
spending
that we're
time
going.
with my
Oh, we can have
fiance.
Wes and Christian can bring his sister,
Right?
my friend Shane. I have a lot of friends. We have a lot of friends in Rochester,
But
but
we have friends.
yeah,
I
we
know
have friends.
Wes
Yeah.
in Rochester. That's about it.
But yeah, the barcade there is really cool. They like serve like wicked grease. We didn't eat there, but they serve wicked greasy food. And then it's
bar
also
food.
like an amazing bar, like ridiculously.
Did they have some
stocked.
good craft shit?
Yeah, they had a lot because it's Rochester, so you know they have
Yeah.
wicked good like craft beers, and then they had really really good mixed drinks and drink specials. And then it was
Mm-hmm.
like if you buy one of their signature drinks, you get like it was like 10 tokens for free or something like that.
Oh wow.
That's all you
So
need.
like Cody and I just were drinking Manhattans the whole night or the whole day because we got there at like 3.
Mhm.
we each ordered like 2 Manhattans and we got like 20 tokens out of it plus the tokens we already had.
One of the best beers I've ever had. It was actually I tried it at Comic-Con
Was it a
this
Natty
year.
Daddy?
Yes, it was actually a Natty Daddy.
It was a mango natural daddy.
And
It was a natural daddy with a splash of man.
no, actually, it was a Brooklyn IPA. It was the Defender IPA that they were only giving out. I think they were only giving it out at Comic-Con, but it had like a bunch of superhero shit all over it, and it tasted fucking
That's kinda cool.
phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I forgot you went to Comic-Con. How was that?
That was unreal. I'm going every year now.
Really?
So fucking fun.
How much
So
was it
fun.
altogether?
So our I think our tickets were like, I don't remember how much our tickets were, but our hotel was
the
like,
tickets are probably the least expensive part, I would imagine.
they were, honestly. The hotel was like fucking $3,000 for like being there for a whole week. We were there for 5 days. So it was like $3,000. And we stayed in a pretty nice hotel too. It was right in Times Square, and we were right across the street from 99-cent Pizza.
That's why, though, because you're in Times Square.
Yeah. We were like right down the road. It was nice.
Yeah.
Like walking distance from everything. Like literally, Central Park was 2 blocks away.
I've never been to Central Park. I actually wouldn't even be able to tell where that is.
It's the park
It's
in
very
the center.
hidden.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but
There's a lot of buildings.
Been to Central Park.
Mixes
It's
things
cool.
up a bit.
New York City's a fun place if you have money.
I just don't.
It is.
It's just
We went we used
too
to go every
fucking
year when I was
chaotic.
younger. We'd go to see a Yankee game, then we'd go there. The first night we would go shopping, and then the next day we'd go to the Yankee game and then go home.
Mm-hmm.
We did that for like 3 times maybe. But their Toys R Us there,
Yeah.
I think it's still there.
No.
No, it's
There's
gone?
no Toys R Us's.
Oh yeah, that's right. Toys R Us is gone.
Jeffrey has completely fucking cut the
Wow,
cord.
I completely
on that
forgot
one.
Toys R Us.
I was there in
gone.
2010. That was the last time I was there.
Yeah.
It was there, and it was fucking crazy.
Dude, like
'cause-
5 stories,
yeah,
and it was
like the big store too, on that right on
Mm-hmm.
the in Times Square.
yeah. And then we went to a TGI Fridays there, and
I wonder what's there now
TGI Fridays,
in that big fucking building.
TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays is where
It's a 5-story TGIFs. All the kitchen is in the basement, so if
Yeah,
you're on the 5th floor, it takes like 3 hours to get your food.
they have like laundry elevators to bring you your food.
Like a dumbwaiter, you have to crank it all the way up.
While we were there, it was the same fucking weekend as the Conor McGregor fight. And that was bananas.
Oh, how many
Yeah.
people were there?
There were so many people. In every bar, like you'd see it, you'd walk by and it would be like, we're streaming the Conor McGregor fight. And there was this one bar I noticed, like we walked by it and there was all like windows in the front, like you could see right into the bar.
Yeah.
And they were streaming the fight too, and they were having people pay a certain amount of money to get in and watch the fight, which is hell yeah, make that extra fucking buck. So we walked by and there were people waiting in line. And then when we walked by the second time to go back to our hotel, they had put garbage bags, black garbage bags over the windows and shit because people were standing outside watching the fight.
It's pretty funny. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty funny.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Right? It's free.
I remember we went there.
I mean, it's also free to just fucking go to Reddit
yeah.
for 2 minutes.
We
Yeah, on your
we went
phone.
there the first time when I was like 12 for a taekwondo tournament. I was in the state finals or whatever, and I remember we went there. Adam Scharf was with us,
Allegedly.
so it was my dad and I, and then Adam Scharf and his dad, and we're just walking around. And 300 had just come out, so I was 11 because 300 had just come out. And this guy goes up to
I love how you like keep track of your life by like when 300 came out.
Dude, I've done that
Certain
multiple
movies.
times. Like movies and video games, that's how I keep track of shit. Like, it's hilarious when we're playing D&D, and Brian will spend like 10 minutes explaining something to me, and I'll just be like, oh, it's like that one magic spell from Final Fantasy. And he goes, yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, why didn't you just say that?
You're like, yeah, it was like this many days ago because it was 3 years after 300 came out.
In my life, it's B300 and A300 is my
You got the before 300 and AD.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how you. That's
exactly.
It's like a timeline with 300. and
Everything.
Yeah.
I can't do any of the thinking like that anymore. Like, time doesn't exist because I
right,
ingested
because
too many
300
foreign
doesn't come out
substances.
anymore.
Time dilation, like
300 only came
LSD
out
ruined
once.
me for time perception.
This guy just only uses sundials on his day-to-day basis. He
No,
just
actually,
fuck
I
clocks,
use
dude.
moon dials. I can only tell the time once a month when it's a full moon.
You don't need time any other fucking day.
Dude, I'll be like, I was telling my dad about how I bought Alien Isolation. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that it was only like $8. It only came out like a year ago. And he goes, I'm pretty sure that game came out like 5 years ago. I'm like, no,
did.
it didn't. And then I look it up and yeah, it's like 5 years old. And I'm like, all this shit will be like new to me because I just have no concept. It's weird when I look at like when I go to work and I realize that I've been there for 3 years and I still feel like I just started the other day, even though I have all these responsibilities. Yeah. But
you still hate it just as much as the fucking second week you went in and realized that this job is actually garbage.
I like it. It's just the problem now is
when did you start? Right after 300 Rise of an Empire?
It would have been
how many years after 300 did you start your
Which
job?
one was
8 years after 300 came out, yeah.
When did Rise of an Empire come out?
I didn't watch that one. That one wasn't.
It came out probably 2 years after it, I would imagine. Right?
Wait, is this a sequel?
Yeah.
There's a sequel to 300.
Yeah, it's called Rise of an Empire.
Yeah. It's the sequel.
The second one. 302. They can't say
302.
My mind is blown.
302.
But
it's like 301. What is it? What is the 101 Dalmatians sequel?
102 Dalmatians.
Is it 102?
And then they do 102 and a half Dalmatians.
They only made half the movie.
Why does Disney feel the need to make half movies?
Then the next one is 103 Dalmatians connected to tubes.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon 2.5.
But anyway, so we're walking through New York City.
4 3/4.
300 had just come out. We're walking through New York City, and we see this guy, and he has like this kiosk in a random alley, mind you. Like there's no other shit going on in this street. It's just this dude with a kiosk, and he's pitching all these movies to us that are still in theater. That he has, he says he has the DVDs for it, and it looks like official box art.
Khajiit has wares for coin.
Yeah. So what does Adam's dad do? He buys one copy of like each movie the guy has, and he spends like, probably $18 or $20, whatever it was. And I remember we went back to the hotel afterwards and went to try and watch it, and all of them were just, it was this big black dude that sold it to us, and all of them was just his camcorder recordings, but it also had his reactions to the movie.
That's hilarious.
Shit. I remember he was so pissed.
How do you not put that on YouTube?
He was so pissed, but like 300, like when the son gets his head cut off, you just see him go, "Oh shit!" Like in the clips, it clips the mic. And,
that's
like you
hilarious.
can see that there'd be times when ushers are down, so the camera goes down and you can like hear the movie muffled. And he'd be like talking to somebody next to him, like
that is
didn't
so
even
good.
do the whole movie. Like,
one day I want to buy a movie box set on eBay and just have it arrive to my house and watch it, and just have it be like that person's recreation of the movie, not even the movie at all whatsoever, just a super like $5 budget fucking GoPro.
Yeah. I've seen those. I mean, those cam videos.
Well, Wes used to do that when we used to make YouTube videos all the time. We would do low budget. We did like low budget Gears of War, low budget RuneScape, low budget Halo. The Gears of War one was funny because we had we took like airsoft guns and like just taped like shit to it to pretend it was the chainsaw, and Wes actually ripped the audio from the game. So he would and Aaron Berlin had like a pillow in his shirt to make it look like he had like all the armor on, and he like put the gun up to him and then like went like that, and then the fucking chainsaw noise started and Aaron would flail his arms. This shit was so fun. I really wish he didn't get bullied on YouTube because he had a ton of cool fucking videos on that account. It's called Shooter Gun 4.
He got bullied?
He got
there was a
guy that like doxed him and was harassing him and shit. And this is in like 2009.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Why
funny.
do people got to be like that? Just do what you want to do on YouTube. Like
That's
I
what
bet
they wanted
plenty
to
of
do.
people fucking dox.
That is what
That was
they
when
Papa
YouTube,
Franku.
YouTube was crazy back then because like
It was the Wild West.
it was
Papa
cool.
Franku.
It was so much cooler like in 2009, 2010 when it wasn't all commercialized and people weren't going on there to make money. They were just going on there to show like their cool stuff that they made.
My favorite videos back then, watching him in like middle school, was like, "Can you microwave this?" I think that was
I
like
remember
the
that,
fucking title of it, and it was the same fucking dude. I think his name was Jory Karen or something like that. It was some weird ass name. and they just microwaved shit for like
Yeah.
3 years, and I watched every episode.
I remember being.
Yeah, because they did the Will It Blend, and that took off too,
Yes.
and that's still
Yep.
going, I think.
Will It Blend? That's great.
I remember, you know who was the original like giant YouTube star that I remember was fucking Ray William Johnson. Do you remember him?
Yeah, he's on Facebook now, and his videos are just garbage.
He's
Subpar garbage.
he was actually at the Funny Bone over the summer. We almost wanted to go see him, but then we watched like 5 minutes of his stand up, and it is, oh
It's bad.
yeah, and it sucks because he's a really nice dude, like he really is. But no,
His videos back when Equals 3 was up, those were great.
yeah, I
used
loved
to
it. He was
watch,
like the original Tosh .0. Kinda.
Yeah.
Or well, no, the Soup with Joel McHale was the original Tosh .0. But then,
Yeah, that's true. That doesn't count though.
no, because it was on E.
Yeah. I used to watch Smosh on YouTube. That was
Didn't
when were.
Didn't they just retire?
I'm pretty sure
I'm pretty sure they just retired.
Yeah.
They just released an apology video too for some reason. That was another thing PewDiePie went over.
They
Same
started
video
doing stupid
actually
shit.
as the Tekashi 6ix9ine and Ninja one.
Yeah, that's right. I love the PewDiePie, like just the evolution of PewDiePie. How he started off and he was just like a teenager that got fake scared at scary games, and then turned into the Happy Wheels guy.
Yeah.
The Happy Wheels era.
The Logan Paul guy.
Oh my god. He was legitimately unwatchable.
Who are
for
the
me.
top YouTubers then? So PewDiePie's got to be up
PewDiePie
there
is-
still.
Rice
number
Gum,
one.
sadly.
don't know
I
who
fucking
that is.
hate that guy.
That guy's the worst.
I don't like his voice.
I hate him
He's-
as a person.
Yeah.
I hate him and Jake
Do you know who
Paul
Rice
as a
Gum
fucking
is?
person. So
No,
He's the
I
Asian
heard that.
rapper dude.
he's a terrible rapper. iDubbbz is fucking
The
this was
content
better.
cop on him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was wicked good. I remember I had no idea who, like I knew iDubbbz was in Filthy Frank's videos, but I had no idea that he was like, I had no idea what content cops were
Mhm.
until I hung out with Will and he showed me the Tanamangu one. And then
Ah,
we
yep.
we literally sat there and binge watched all of the content cops in one sitting.
Mhm.
It was like 2 hours, I
Yeah.
think.
Then he has Save the Squirrel Initiative and Bad Unboxing,
Yep.
all that shit.
I
And
don't know
Max
how you would
Mofo.
even find top channels. Like,
Yeah, I have no idea.
Top grossing? No, it wouldn't be grossing really.
I mean, I know Social Blade keeps track of like most subscribers and stuff.
you would have to, yeah, you'd have to go to a third party. Or
Wouldn't it be
something.
what's trending? You'd have to look at the list of
Yeah, that's
what's
what I was
trending
doing, but it
on
gives me like
YouTube.
things like Washington Post and shit. It's like I
Oh.
don't care about that.
It's like news stuff that nobody gives a fuck about. Like
Yeah,
who
it's
goes
like-
on YouTube for news?
CNN. I mean, I guess a lot of people probably do go on for news because, I
Oh,
mean, it's
shit.
like I feel like most people are just getting rid of cable. So
Yeah, I'm actually doing that right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the process
In
of
the-
trying to get rid of my cable
yeah,
box.
as we speak, it's gone. It's going.
hmm
It's leaving.
The WWE is actually one of the top subscribed and watched channels, which is pretty awesome.
Right. That
Really?
makes sense.
Yeah, but PewDiePie is number one most subscribed. Like if you don't can include like YouTube music and YouTube gaming.
Well, subscribe to
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Everybody, just make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe to PewDiePie.
Justin Bieber is number
'Cause he needs
9.
it.
That's
He does.
pretty crazy to me.
He needs the
Justin
help.
Bieber is up there. Yeah.
Why?
Ed Sheeran, WWE. What's Dude Perfect?
Garth Brooks.
Dude, perfect is.
Is that when they would do the basketball?
Yeah, they
shots?
do like the goofy trick
They-
shots and shit.
They used to do that stuff, and now they just try to be funny.
No,
Oh.
that's a shame.
That's not perfect at all.
It's not.
Who
What
else
is
was
Gar-
wicked popular that like came crap? Fred.
Garth
Remember
Brooks.
Fred on YouTube?
Yeah, and then he got his own Nickelodeon show,
did, yeah.
and then he
He did a movie, didn't he?
disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a couple movies, and then he wasn't cool
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, that's because he was never cool.
No,
You remember Make Me Bad 35?
no.
You're lucky, dude.
Mm.
You remember Criken?
Yeah, I think so. I miss YouTube poops,
Okay.
honestly.
I know.
YouTube poops. Hank Hill is a dick.
The fucking the King of the Hill ones are great.
I can't be a proper cocaine salesman.
I took a sofa sleeper and I put it over her head, and this is the thanks I get. Well, no thanks.
Why aren't you with Wade?
I wish I still had my old YouTube account just to like look at my history.
Yeah.
It's like, what's weird is I used to have a ton of videos on like one of my old ones, and YouTube just decided to get rid of certain ones. Like after a
They
while,
did that to
just-
Chris O'Neill. Chris O'Neill had like a dozen like live action comedy videos, and they made him get rid of them.
Sometimes YouTube will just take down someone's account.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened to Boris.
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
Yep. Poor Alex. He should be able to say whatever crazy shit he wants on podcasts. It's a fucking podcast. Who else other than the people who give into his bullshit are listening to that?
Right. No
The
one
government,
really.
because they know he's right.
Dude, that's the thing is like the only people that are listening to it are the people who want to listen to it, and all they're gonna do now is go to his fucking website and listen to it.
Exactly. So it's like, what was the point of taking him down?
All that
Or,
you
like,
did was get rid of the traffic to your website, that extra
Exactly.
traffic to your website.
and them making fun of him on all this shit. It's like you're just making him more famous.
Yeah.
You're giving him more
and
views.
you're kind of proving his point.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
everybody that's buying into his conspiracies are going to be like, oh my God, they probably took him down because he's onto
right.
He's
yeah.
right.
Mm.
You know, because he is.
Yeah, it's only gonna make him crazier.
The chemicals in the water are making the fucking frogs gay.
Yeah.
Intergalactic child
He's
molesters.
right.
I don't want the chemicals in the water make my freaking frogs gay.
Which is funny because he should have, like, they said it on the podcast when he was on with Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan needs to be there with him because
Yes.
otherwise he goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing with making the frogs gay was actually an actual study done at MIT
Really?
about how tap water, like untreated tap water, was actually turning frogs into like genderless hermaphrodites. They're
Yeah,
not
that's the way-
hermaphrodites, but they were like
Tap
killing
water.
their sex organs. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because of the.
You've heard it
chemtrails.
here first, folks.
I don't
Water
fucking
isn't
drink. I don't
safe.
fucking drink tap water, dude. Fish fucking it.
It's the chemtrails, dude. Confirmed.
There's a lot of conspiracies I have no fucking faith in. And
Boats
chemtrails
live in
is-
there, dude.
Boats fucking the water.
Yeah. So you don't
Yeah,
want
they
to
do.
drink where boats live?
Flat earthers piss me off too, to like no end. Honestly, it really, that's annoying.
I don't know if that's
Just
even-
let them be them.
Fuck
Just
'em.
let them be wrong.
Fuck them.
That's what I mean.
cares?
Yeah. It's
They're
just so
so
obvious
fucking-
that they're wrong. It's like not even.
They're grasping at fucking like year 30 fucking
Yeah.
ideals.
Grasping at tubes.
I mean,
they
we've
still
known.
think we're the center of the fucking universe,
Yeah.
and the sun revolves around us.
We've known that the planet is round since 300 came out.
yeah,
You know what
least.
I mean? Like since the start.
yeah.
So it's just really
Like the
honestly
space
like
race. How do you kind of like
honestly I feel like
say
it's
that's
just
not real?
another thing to try and get YouTube views.
pretty fucking
Like
much?
to try and build another conspiracy.
Then there was all those like things where like when Sandy Hook happened, nope, it's a fucking conspiracy
Yeah.
on YouTube. Everyone's making conspiracy videos now, and I had friends that were actually buying into that shit, and I was like, God, can we
Yeah.
think for ourselves here for 5 fucking minutes?
They don't do that.
No.
Because they watch one YouTube video and the one guy who has all these points that don't actually have any facts behind him.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it makes
Like,
complete sense. Makes
yeah.
complete sense.
It does when he's the only person talking and he's the only person who, if you sound convincing, then you'll get people.
Mm-hmm. You source enough shit, people think you're reputable.
Yeah, even if the sources don't actually exist.
Yeah.
It's not working.
The fuck?
Oh, traveling. What do you got in that decanter there?
That's whiskey.
Just whiskey.
I think it is black velvet, isn't it?
Black.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know if
plain
I wanna
whiskey.
drink
Oh, I'm not gonna. I didn't want any. I just wanted to know. I was curious.
It's just over there decanting.
Clear shots. It's not very clear. I mean, it's clear.
any. No, you don't give them clear shots.
Oh, you
ever
don't?
notice? We've never drank clear liquor on this show.
Yeah.
Is that the whole joke behind the?
No, it's
the name?
actually
It's actually from, well... I'm
it's
not-
actually from Rainbow Six Vegas too.
It is.
Yeah. Like the terrorists yell it like completely randomly when you play terrorist hunt.
Really.
Yeah.
Clear shots.
They go, don't give them clear shot. Yeah, we pulled that. We pulled that from the game too, for
Huh.
the theme song.
I don't need a toothpick.
What are you talking?
What are
about?
you doing?
I
Can I? Is there a way I can fix
I
your
could've
jewel for
sworn-
you?
I could have sworn, okay, I brought
You didn't
toothpicks
bring toothpick.
one day.
Let me see your fucking jewel. I do this shit for a living. Uh-oh. You lost your pod.
It's okay. I have 8 sitting there.
That is gone, dude.
All right, so what are you trying to do?
You see the thing? It's black there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Need it to not be. Because I think Juice, like, fried it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be actually broken.
I think it's broken.
It's a problem with Jules, dude.
They break.
Yeah.
Where's the... I fucking brought toothpicks.
I don't think you brought toothpicks, dude. I would remember you bringing toothpicks.
A lot of these pod systems these days, like, they just fucking leak and break whatever device you use them out of.
Yeah.
And then they force you to fucking buy another one for $50.
I just don't get I don't know. I don't get it why everybody wants to do pods and systems now.
Because it's healthier than smoking. It's a trend, and I don't know. It's just easy. You get all the enjoyment of smoking without smelling like a bag of trash.
Yeah, but I
also don't care about clouds like at all. I just want nicotine.
Yeah, that's mainly what people are using it. It was meant for a smoke cessation device, and now it's just
What's
become
a smoke
something
cessation?
like something to help you stop smoking cigarettes.
It did. I don't smoke anymore. I
Exactly,
haven't
and
smoked
it
since
works.
Halloween.
It works perfectly for its
I thought you were
intended
gonna say
purpose.
300
Except
came out.
Yeah, I haven't smoked since 300 came out.
except what it does is it just addicts you to it like 10 times more to the jewel itself rather than the cigarettes.
Is that how that charges?
Yeah.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Why? Yeah, but why do they need to be magnetic? The only time I've ever had magnetic chargers, they've stopped working. Why can't you just plug it in? Like,
Well, because there's a magnet.
I know, but why? Why did they make it a magnet? It looks like a fucking
So that way you
wireless-
can have your computer upside down and it won't fall out of
Yeah,
the
but now it looks like an antenna.
Yeah, and it's receiving all of my buzz.
No,
That's what it does.
it looks fucking stupid.
You know,
No, we just have these things.
Yeah,
These are the real deal.
look, it's got lights on it.
Yeah.
you guys are mean. I don't criticize your fucking vaping systems.
I mean, yeah, you do.
Assholes. No, I don't.
All you do is talk shit about vaping.
You had an X-Fire for a while, so
Yeah, you
X-Fire,
had one
remember?
too, you fuck. You got me to buy one. I
That-
bought one off of you.
you're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. I can't
only
believe you bought
acknowledge-
You bought it. You had it first.
it. Yeah, that was to get you to buy it.
You dick.
I only acknowledge Xfire as a chat client for Windows 98.
It's not a reputable vape to be using.
Xfire used to be hilarious.
You scammed me.
Not on purpose.
You
I actually thought it was
scammed
legit
me.
at first, and then I started continually using it, and it was bad news bears.
Well, you couldn't find the cartridges for them anywhere, so that's why I stopped
No.
using it.
We have a
Plus-
surplus of them at fucking Smoker's Choice
Wait,
right
you
now.
still work there?
Yeah, sadly.
And you work at Eagle?
No.
Oh, I thought you worked at Eagle.
No.
When did you
probably
stop?
cut that sadly part out right
When
there.
did you
I don't
stop
think
working at
it's my
Eagle
job.
Beverage?
What?
When did you stop working at Eagle Beverage?
About 6 years after 300 came out.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I stopped working there.
you stopped working there when you were 18?
last February, actually.
Really?
When did
Actually,
300 come out? Does anybody actually know?
2007.
No, I don't
Yeah.
feel that's right.
Seven?
I
Yeah.
don't think that's right.
Yeah.
What
I think
about
it was
Rise
like
of an Empire?
2005.
No, because I was 11 when
2006.
Ooh.
it came out. So you were wrong too.
I was.
Yeah,
you
but
were-
your
you-
whole life is off now.
You
though.
were Price is
was
Right.
closer.
You were Price is Right, though.
I was.
Rise of an Empire was 2014.
8 years later?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's why this
They
one
didn't
was
even have
so
Gerard Butler in that one.
good. They didn't?
No, because he dies in the first one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Hard to bring a character back when he dies. Except if he's Kratos, you can do it. But
Why?
Because we have to watch this.
why was that so funny? Are those Titans?
Is that Xerxes?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
How is he still alive 8 years later? Is this 8 years later in the timeline too? Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah, it's Xerxes, dude.
Xerxes is back, dude.
Oh shit.
Now we have to see it.
I bet it's actually a pretty fun movie, though.
Yeah. Whenever I see Xerxes now, all I can fucking think
The South
of
Park
is that
episode?
South Park
But this is
episode.
the whole movie. It's just gonna be all this shit, like with slow motion scenes and dudes with muscles oiled up and shit.
Has this came out, right?
Yeah.
2014.
Okay. Yeah, I never watched this one.
There he is.
Hey, it's Cersei.
Oh, I can't fucking wait for this last season of Game of Thrones coming out.
Oh, Man of Steel. He did Man of Steel.
Didn't he do Watchmen? Zack Snyder?
Yes.
Why would you
Yes.
put Man of Steel and not Watchmen? Wasn't Man of Steel bad? I never saw it.
Man of Steel wasn't the greatest.
Watchmen's on Netflix now.
Watchmen's great. It's
I love
just
that
long.
movie. Yeah.
Oh my
Have you seen the
God.
Ultimate Edition?
Yes.
We watched it
That's
together.
gotta be
I
like-
think,
that's gotta be
in
like
2
5 hours
It
long.
was 3 hours
It's-
and 50 minutes or
yeah.
something.
It's retarded.
Yeah.
It's like just as long as the Titanic without a break.
Yeah. And
It's like who actually wants to watch?
I don't know
the
how
Titanic
Watchmen only
anyways?
gets like a 56 Metacritic.
What?
it came out before superhero movies became a big thing.
It
which-
was such a sad superhero movie.
Yeah,
too.
it was really bleak. And it
So
wasn't
depressing.
exactly it was superheroes, but they weren't super.
Yeah,
They were just
No,
like
they were
They
just
were
really-
heroes.
normal dudes.
that just had costumes. They were all vigilantes. Right? The only one with powers was Manhattan.
Yeah,
Rorschach was just like a badass that like didn't feel pain or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he had
Night
a
Owl
mat,
didn't have any cool powers or
He
anything.
just had gadgets, right?
Yeah, they made a game. They made
A beat 'em up, right?
Night Watch. Yeah, beat 'em up game where you play as Rorschach and Night Owl, and it was actually really fun. It was really fun. It was on PS3, I think.
Word. The end is nigh, right? Was that what it was called?
Yes, I think
remember-
so.
I remember
Yeah,
that. I actually remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, we watched the Ultimate Edition of Watchmen back at OCC, and it was so fucked. Especially because like we were just chilling in your room, and there was like basically there were people awake in the dorm, so there was a party going on.
I'm pretty sure that one just goes through all the characters' backstories.
Yeah, and it's all like animated,
Yeah.
and then it also has all the deleted scenes too.
Yeah.
Well, most of OCC for us was us watching movies and people doing cocaine and weird shit in the next room over. So.
Yeah, and then like one man in particular being like, "Hey, Jake, come here. I have something to show you." And then I walk in. He's like, "You can have that. Put it in your nose." What is it? I don't know.
Oh, that sounds safe.
One of those.
That was like once every other week. It was like, it's new. Oh my God! You know who I miss from that time though? Nicole. Remember Nicole? That one thought that used to go over there all the time. She had a nice butt. That's all I remember about her.
So the new Mortal Kombat game.
The new Mortal Kombat game is gonna have Rorschach in it.
Yes, and Xerxes is gonna make a surprise appearance.
Do you think they're gonna
That'd be
add
dope
in
as
like
hell.
movie characters again?
Well, they should do
will.
a Deadliest Warrior with Xerxes and
Well, they said who
Rorschach.
they already planned on having they be the DLC characters. I just gotta find what it was because I can't remember for the life of me. Ew, MK. Is it 12 or is it 11?
11.
It's 11.
It's gonna have Leonidas.
You know, I wish they had sprees with protein.
Yeah, it's really a shame that they don't make those sugary, pure sugar candies with protein.
Yeah, each one is a gram and half a sugar.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sugar.
It is.
That's just straight sugar in my gut right now, along with Slim Jims and also Airheads.
Oh no. They're going to do a battle pass with fucking Mortal Kombat.
What's that mean?
It's probably like
a
a season
pass?
Yeah. While still just a translation, the listing also has a battle pass next to its combat pass. It's unknown what that is, but it could possibly be a battle pass-like system that is currently popular in multiplayer games like Fortnite, Call of Duty Black Ops, and Rocket League. So basically what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pay for the fucking battle pass in order to get any skins.
Right.
Oh,
Well, you'd pay $90 for the game outright. That's usually how it goes, right? $89.99.
Fuck video game companies these days.
You know what game is really fun? Game Dev Tycoon.
Yeah, and that's not. It doesn't have any battle packs.
Nope, no battle packs. You know what other game is fun?
Wasn't it like YouTuber Simulator or something like? Wasn't that PewDiePie's game?
It was.
Yeah.
YouTuber Life, is that what it was?
I think no, it was something different. It was some
YouTuber Tycoon.
Well, there's H3 Ball Rider, too.
Huh?
H3 Ball Rider.
That's a thing.
There's an Angry Video Game.
It's a phone game where you play as Ethan,
No way.
and that's what it is. You ride a ball.
So I'm a hardcore recliner. So,
Yeah, she's in the game too.
No way.
It's not that great, but it's a phone game, so it's not that great.
I just love whenever H3's like explaining something and he feels like he has to do these like fucking extravagant dance moves while he's explaining something. It's so funny.
He's so twitchy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess that's it. We're what are we to? We're almost an hour and a half almost.
Yeah, we've been babbling on about stuff for a while now.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get into talking about 300, it's like, you know, you've driven.
You've got weeks of material at that point.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having
man,
me.
It was fun.
Yeah. Hope I didn't bore you guys too bad.
No, you're pretty good.
Okay.
You smell funny, though.
All right. I wouldn't have me on again either.
No. No, we don't have the signs up yet, so you're still okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. They're going to bank this one and then realize in 3 weeks they just want to chuck it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the next Lost episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one is probably never ever going to
That's
get
never
published.
being released. We'll put that on, like, when we get our Patreon up, that'll be like the fucking $50 tier to listen to the Lost episode.
Yeah.
You've heard us talk about that, right? Before?
Oh.
Okay. Well, I've spoken about it, and we'll talk about it off mic, because I've definitely talked about it like 100 times before on mic. Like, it's just bad. It's...
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
No, we won't. This isn't going up for another couple weeks.
Yeah, but
we
to them, they'll see us next week, right?
Are we? I thought we were taking a week off. Or are we not taking a week off?
We'll take this week off that we're doing this when this comes out.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. See you later. Thanks for having me.
Clear Shots is available on any of your favorite podcast platforms. ClearShotsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our social media links. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.